kind of unordinary August night. We're here getting ready to get it set as captains are in out, teams have gone through their stretches. Football on the way, and a lot of excitement around this team, trying to get something done.
Yeah, absolutely. Basically a whole new coaching staff. It's going to be interesting week one, but always in high spirits here for week one against Guymon again as well.
Thanks, guys. And we'll go ahead and step aside for a quick break. Come back and preview the matchup. Get down at Northern Speed Off between Guymon and Stewart football on TV2.
Good.
You think you'd have interference if you put this around your neck?
Okay, you're ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to announce the captains for tonight as they make their way out to the field for the coin toss. For the visiting Woodward Boomers, we have number 9, Mason Arnold, number 33, Tripp Bates, number 54, Austin Rowland, and number 55, Bowen Morton.
Casual mentions.
And for your Guymon Tigers, we have number 3, Ramon Ochoa, number 4, Miguel Vargas, number 6, Andy Ozeda, and number 11, Isaiah Dunnigan.
Captains, if you want to mention that. I'll have you mention it. I'll say, you got our captains for the point toss. Oh!
Do the Guymon coaches come up here?
What's up, man?
Looks like Woodward will be receiving the ball, heading south to north, and the Tigers will be on defense. Ladies and gentlemen, can I please get you all to stand and remove cover as our Guymon Tiger High School band performs our national anthem.
Testing 1 2, testing 2.
Thank you, Mr. Brady. How about a round of applause for your Guymon Tiger band?
kickoff just moments away between the Boomers and the Tigers. Guymon getting it fired up. They're out of the tunnels and got some. I can't tell if that's some motorbikes over there getting revved up that you're hearing in the background. That seems like it might be some bikes getting revved up, getting the Tigers hyped up.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of that because I couldn't hardly hear you there. But we got our boomers over here. They're getting some claps, and the cheerleaders are dancing for them. So we got something too.
And the Boomers, as far as the jersey matchup tonight, they'll be wearing the white tops, the gold pants, the black numbers, the black helmets with the gold Woodward W, and some gold trimming as well. Those white tops. The Tigers wearing the orange jerseys, the white pants. They've got some black trimming on the jerseys as well as black numbers trimmed in white, and the orange helmets. And if you are watching on Boomer TV, keep in mind, might not quite be hearing the radio broadcast, so if you got somebody that's asking, hey, what's up with the audio on Boomer TV, adds a couple technical difficulties. We've worked our best to those. Boomer TV is still streaming, we're still on the radio, so thank you for joining us on that as both teams getting ready to get set. And Ely, you had our captains for both teams before the coin toss. Who do we have for each squad?
Again, we'd like to thank all the Boomer faithful and membership over today's Guymon for this season opener for the Guymon Tigers.
And so there's your captains for both squads. Woodward is set to receive to begin this game. And back deep to return for the Boomers is who else? Colt Moore. He's standing inside the 10-yard line near the 5, about the 6. And for the Tigers, we'll see who kicks off for him. Guymon won this game at 10-8 last season in Woodward. Boomers are looking for a measure of revenge, if you will, tonight. That was the first loss in the series for Woodward in 10 contests coming in. They lead the all-time series, does Woodward, 34-22. Guymon's still on that independent schedule, so not eligible for playoffs, not playing in a district this year. And that being said, they've got a decent number of kids back, a core nucleus. You mentioned, or heard a couple of them as far as the captains there. We'll touch on a few more as we go throughout the night in Guymon. As it looks like set to kick off for the Tigers will be Edwin Gutierrez, the freshman, usually running back and a linebacker. He's 6'1", 205. And Coach Martinez out on the field. Oh, they're missing the T. They didn't have the T, so they had the ball boy bring the T. So Gutierrez about to get the T set up. Good crowd for the Boomers traveling out. Appreciate that. The band as well over there, as you mentioned earlier, Ely, pepping the Boomer side up. Guymon has brought their own solid crowd, pep club and all. Week 0 contest. We've waited a long summer, a long spring, and a long fall to get to this one. A whole new season ahead for Woodward. The new staff and a new look. As Gutierrez finally has the ball on the tee, gets the signal, he jogs up to it, and it is in the air to the leather, and it squibs its way near the goal line and rolls out of bounds into the end zone through the back. So it'll be a touchback, and Woodward will start 1st and 10 at their own 20 to begin the 2025 season.
All the fans wondering what kids are going to come out on the offensive side of the ball, and so are we. The whole new coaching staff, nobody knows who's all going to get to play, who's all going to be on the field for the whole time, so we're just excited.
Well, and that's one of the things we had talked about coming up here, Ely, is, you know, the staff still trying to find the right players for what they believe is the right fit in the system, right? We know a few guys. You mentioned Colt Moore, Jake Graff, going to see a lot of time, I'm sure, tonight on offense. And at quarterback, it's Cash Carter's show. He'll start out of the gun for the Boomers. They'll have a receiver each side of the formation. As Carter takes the snap, it's a handoff up the guts, and fighting forward for a few yards is Jake Graff. Mentioned him. Slide over from receiver to running back, and he gets a gain, looks like of about 3, maybe 4.
4-yard gain for the first play of the new season. You can't complain.
And, you know, we saw this last year, Ely, with this team where when that line decided they wanted to move some people, that run game wasn't too terribly bad.
Yeah, that's one thing I was thinking about on the way up here was the O-line and the D-line is one of the bright spots, so that's something the coaches can lean on to, you know, like revert back to last year and just stick with what works. So good play there for the offensive line to start the season.
Corvus Marco, Adrian Garcia along the left side of that line, and we'll get to it as in the gun. is Carter. Hands off again up the gut to Graff and falls forward for another solid, it looks like 2, maybe 3 yards. I'll bring up 3rd and short. And nothing wrong with that, Ely. I mean, you come from, you know, the Moreland side of things where you guys were run-heavy offense. If you're churning 3 to 4 yards a pop, you'll take that all day.
Yeah, you do that every play. You'll end up in the end zone at some point. So 3rd and short here. I like the Boomers keeping it simple here to start the season. You know, see them sometimes try to run some deep crossing routes, and it's a good thing to get those kinks started out week 1. Run the football, get your assignments ready. So look for another run here on 3rd down.
Just underway in Guymon. It's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Boomers. 10:35 left in the first quarter. It's the first possession of the game for either team. Cash Carter in the gun. Graff beside him on the right side. Has a receiver each side of the formation and an up back as well. Flank to the left. Snap, handoff inside to Graff. Gets through the hole. He's had the first down across the 35 near the 40-yard line. And that's a pretty good chunk as he gets it to the 39. It is a 1st and 10 for Woodward.
Talk about 3-4 yards every play. How about 12? That'll do it.
And you're looking at 4 plays for the Boomers and 19 yards all on the ground so far, so not bad.
They all might have been the exact same run play, and they were blocked well, you know, 1st down, near midfield, so it's been a good drive so far.
And what's the old saying? Run it till they stop it, right? And so far, Guymon has not stopped it in a few plays. So 1st and 10 for Woodward as we reach 10 minutes in the first quarter. Woodward taking their time in these huddles, not in danger of the play clock by any means, but getting everything lined up. As it will be Carter in the gun with Graff beside him. 2 receivers to the left, nobody to the right. Snap a bit high, but it's corralled. Handed off to Graff up the gut. He's got another hole. Gets to the 50 into Guymon territory at the 49, and it's another 1st down. Jake Graff starting to feel it a little early in this line right now, opening some holes.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. This offensive line, you know, if you're a run-heavy team, it doesn't matter if you run it every play. If you block it right, the defense cannot stop it, and the Woodward's doing a great job of it right now.
We mentioned Garcia as well as Marco on that left side at center. It's Bowen Morden making that transition. He's going to play both ways, but he's at center tonight. On the right side for the Boomers, Irvin Vega. We talked to him during the coaches show, and I believe I have to catch a number on that right tackle. As it'll be 1st and 10 for Woodward at the Guymon 49. 9:11 remaining in the first quarter. As Carter in the gun, this time he's going to take it himself on the QB draw, and Guymon able to stop it for virtually no gains. Aiden Martinez fired through the big sophomore and drug him down.
Yeah, Guymon swallowed that one up, but that's something we were kind of waiting on. We had seen Carter have some success in the run game while he played quarterback last year, so look to see that more often.
It looks like Austin Rowland, who we were trying to point out on the right tackle. That's interesting. He played tight end and linebacker last year. It's his 1st year in football for Mr. Rowland. Had come from small town Missouri where they didn't have football. It was basketball only type thing.
Yeah, that's something you do expect to see with a whole new coaching staff. People are going to be in different positions, so that's just something we're going to have to be aware of here.
Absolutely. So 2nd and 9 for the Boomers, they'll call it, and we'll address something here in a second as well on the weather side. As 8:23 remaining first quarter, it's Carter in the gun, 2 receivers left. Graff in the backfield, they motion him around, pitch it to him. Graff trying to follow a block and gets chopped down after a gain of about a few. Had a decent hole, but in there was Ramon Ochoa, the linebacker, one of the captains. He did a good job.
That was a good tackle there. Colt Moore had him kind of in the blocking move there, but the defender was able to get off of it, you know, get that tackle. And another thing, we have like this tight end set here on the left side with Baylor Short, kid from Moreland, so good to see him out here.
Another one of those kids, again, new staff, new opportunities for him, and getting some snaps at tight end like pointed out. So 3rd and 7 for the Boomers. 7:40 remaining in the first quarter. We are scoreless in Guymon. First possession for either team. Woodward, it's been all ground and pound so far. Carter in the gun, Graff behind him. He goes in motion, 2 receivers left. Carter calls his own number, follows a couple blocks, trying to shed tackles, and boy, a shoestring by Andy Ozeda. If Carter was able to get out of Ozeda's tackle, Carter might have had a ton of space to work there if he just could have shuck Ozeda.
Yeah, the hardest thing in football is an open field tackle, but number 6, Andy Ozeda, he was able to get that done, so credit Guymon there. Well blocked, just Carter had to make that one guy miss. It was a great tackle.
So 4th and 5 for the Boomers at the Guymon 45. And Ozeda, one of those guys that head coach Jake Martinez for Guymon pointed out as a leader coming into this game. He's had a great summer, a great fall, and it was a good player for him last year on their 5-win team. The Boomers, with the way they've got the offense in Guymon territory, setting up to go for it on this 4th and 5. Carter in the gun, a receiver each side. Graff in the backfield to the left, and an up back to tight end Short. Carter back to pass for the first time, looking for a deep shot to Moore down the sideline, and Moore hauls it in inside the 10. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful, beautiful catch for Colt Moore. One-on-one with his defense.
shows up early. Big play, 4th down. Now we're inside the 10 looking ready to get scored.
So the first pass, a bomb, and successful for the Boomers to put them 1st and goal at the Guymon 6. You go with a 39-yard pass completion, just a go route from Cash Carter to Colt Moore, who hauled it in over that shoulder. Like we're talking about, that is a awfully tough catch to make among any level of football. Now the Boomers taking their time to get the play in, down to 14 on the play clock before they get to the line. 6:10 left in the first quarter. As it's Carter in the gun, Moore, the receiver left, Graff beside Carter. They hand it off to Graff, trying to fight forward to the goal line, gets all the way down to the 1, but stops short. Still, though, a gain of 5 sets up 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line for the Boomers. And they get the ball set, so, but a good run, or did they say first flag? I didn't hear. There is a flag, they say. So we'll see if this run stands, and it is in the end zone is where the flag was thrown.
It is looking like it's going to be an unsportsmanlike on Guymon. After the play, they're showing some emotion, ref threw the flag, so that's what we're looking for.
So bonus for the Boomers. Now, unfortunately, in this situation, you only gain an inch, essentially, because it's half the distance to the goal, and it was already at the 1. The good news is you're pretty much at the half-yard line. So 2nd and goal from within the 1 for Woodward. Carter again in the gun. Receiver left is Moore. On the left is Graff in the backfield with Carter. They just hand it off to him one more time to Graff. Did he get over? No, they say. Guymon stood him up with that D-line. A couple linebackers firing in there as well to hold up Jake Graff. Looked like Adrian Herrera for Guymon, a sophomore, able to fire in there and stand him up. And Coach Martinez was very high on his underclassmen. You know, they don't have the biggest roster, still solid about 40 or so for the Tigers, but he was really high on that group of underclassmen that they have. So it'll be 3rd and goal for the Boomers. Again, inside the 1, 5:19 left first quarter, trying to score. Snap a bit high, another handoff to Graff. This time he falls in for the touchdown, and for the first time this season on the first drive, Woodward is into the end zone as they take a 6-0 lead.
First drive there for the Boomers, and it was a great one. You know, I've been with you guys for about 2 years now. That's probably the best drive I've seen.
Point, no penalties on Woodward, no false starts, no terrible snaps by any measure. So now for the extra point for Woodward, it'll be Nathan Lewis stepping in. Oh, and I may have jinxed this. There is a flag. There's a false start on Woodward as soon as we talk about a clean drive. So back it up just a little bit. Now, I don't want to, give all the credit to Coach Godwin, but Chris Godwin with Boomer TV. They are here. They are streaming, by the way. We did have some technical difficulties, so if you don't hear our audio, or don't hear it, maybe the best as why. But he's been trying to help work with these kickers. As Mr. Lewis on the extra point, it's up. It has the distance, and it is good. So Nathan Lewis, 1 for 1 on his extra point. But we did get another flag come down on the backside of it. But Mr. Lewis put it through with some power. We'll see if the extra point stands. The officials are going to talk about it and send both players to the side, or both teams to the sideline. So as it is, we're still trying to see what the flag is.
That's
Offsides against Guymon this time. So the extra point does stand, and Woodward takes a 7-0 lead on their first drive over the Tigers. And Ely, last year the Boomers did not score an offensive touchdown against Guymon. If you remember, it was Cooper Latal on the punt return that got him on the board. It's got to feel good for Coach Jacob Schneeberger and his staff, first game, to come out and execute on that first drive.
Yeah, not only does it feel good to score against a team you didn't last year, but it was on the first drive.
Yeah.
Saw a lot of success, so you see these guys over here on the sideline jumping up and down, hitting shoulder grabs. You didn't see that a lot last year. That's a great thing to see. First drive, 7 points up on the board, none for the opponent, so nothing to complain about right now for Boomer.
And before we get to the Boomer defense, preview that Guymon offense a little bit here. The big strength of what this Guymon team returns is their skill players and the quarterback. Miguel Vargas Jr. set to take the ball for Guymon as far as the quarterback, and he's got a pair of twins, Isaiah and Isaac Dunnigan, both impact players at running back and receiver that are very stout. Not the biggest guys, but quick, fast, tough to deal with. And that core right there, along with Andy Ozeta, going to be a problem. And we'll see if the Boomers can handle that as they are prepped for the kickoff. Guymon still organized back at the goal line. The official said that Woodward declined the false start on Guymon, so I'm not sure what we're doing here. Unless Coach Schneeberger does want to accept the penalty and try to maybe go for 2. As Woodward's lining it back up. Well, Mr. Lewis is back out there to kick, potentially.
And it looks like we're lining up farther from where we were, so...
Looks like we're going to line back up for the extra point.
So they are lining back up for the extra point. Not sure what that was. The officials had said that it was an offsides against Guymon, and Woodward's going to try the kick again. So they made the second kick. I thought. Maybe they missed it and we didn't catch that. So they're moving it closer for Mr. Lewis. So Nathan Lewis said at this point is 2 for 2 on extra points, but none of them have counted. And so he'll be back, and it's a little inside, and this kick, got through. Good jump by Guymon, but Lewis, hey, I mean, 3 for 3 on the extra points, only 1 counts.
Yeah, 3 for 3, like you said. Still the extra point counts. A little confusion there, but hey, we'll take the 1 point.
That you will, for sure. Well, as we were talking about that Woodward defense, their first chance now to step up. And, you know, we talked about Bowen Morton jumping over to the O-line. He'll play at defensive end line as well. You're going to have guys like Trip Bates be able to step in there. Baylor Short will be interested to see what he contributes. He'll be a two-way player. But this front 7 for last year at times was really, really impressive, Ely, and a chance here to set the tone on the first drive for Guymon.
Yeah, set the tone on defense. Defense is coming out with a lead. Last offensive drive, they were able to milk some clock. That's the best thing they can do for the defense. You know, defense is going to be energetic. So, like you said, that's the one thing we can lean on. So, let's see it.
This will be Luke Talley set to kick on the kickoff for the Boomers as he jogs up to it. This one a bit of a high kick, a bit shorter, and it sails inside the 20. Guymon kind of bobbles it, but they pick it up and then fall down inside the 20. So good kick coverage by Woodward. See who picked that up for Guymon. It was Ozade who ran over there and jumped on it and did a good job. Not a bad kick, though, for Talley. Kind of a targeted one and made Guymon react.
Yeah, that seems like that's something we're going to see a lot from Woodward right there. You know, just kicking it up high, letting the runners get down there and tackle the guy when they get the ball.
It's worked in previous times, so. We were talking about that weather earlier. They did notify us pregame that there's a chance that some lightning could move into here. There's some storms around Guymon, so we'll keep an eye on that for you. But so far, we're good. It's a little cloudy, but it's a nice, cool August night, kind of unusual. So Guymon takes it over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line. It is Vargas in the gun. Takes a snap, look for a quick pass out to Ozada, complete to the backfield. Ozada up to 20, 25, made a man miss, 30, and finally gets pushed out of bounds just before the 35-yard line. Jay Graff got him, but boy, Ozada instantly showing off that speed we were talking about.
Yeah, the speed's one thing. Not the best route there from Mason Arnold. You know, you kind of let him get outside. He's trying to play in that outside contain, so that's just something you're going to have to work on as the season goes on.
So it's a quick 1st and 10 for Guymon, now up to their own 34-yard line. Vargas, a guy that Coach Martinez said, you know, lost some pounds over the summer, the quarterback, and really bought in seriously to trying to get himself into peak shape, and he's looking solid there. He's got a shotgun look, 2 receivers left, 2 right. Little screen pass underneath is complete to Dunnigan, and he spins out 1 tackle, gets up to the 45, has the first down, then a host of Boomers push him back, but not before he gets to the 45 and gets the first down. So Isaiah Duncan, we talked about him being an impact guy at running back. Those twins, very solid. So Guymon 2 plays, 2 first downs as they move it to their own 45. 4:20 left in the first quarter. Woodward does lead 7-0 over the Tigers. Guymon on their first offensive series. They've come out passing. Last year we saw them be a little bit more run-heavy starts. So interesting, they're willing, and albeit short passes, but they're trying to up-tempo. Vargas in the gun, 3 receivers left, 1 right, man in the backfield, and the Boomers unfortunately jump on the hard count. So it'll be 1st and 5 for Guymon, moves it to midfield. Levi Harris and Peyton Collier just a little, or Palin Collier, excuse me, no, Peyton, just a little excited.
Into that, we got some new guys on the defensive side of the ball this year. Number 77, Adrian Garcia getting some playing time out there. 62, Peyton Collier.
Yep.
Number 21, Baylor Short, as we mentioned, kid came from Moreland. And number 15, Caleb Hutton. They're all on
Hudson saw some good time last year, dealt with a couple injuries here and there, but when he was in, he was effective, that's for sure. And now we got a timeout taken by Coach Jake Martinez. Wants to talk about this 1st and 5. Woodward does lead 7-0 in the first quarter with 3:59 remaining. And we'll see how the Boomers respond. And you had to figure, with the way these two teams played each other last year, Ely, I'm sure neither offense said, hey, we accept that performance from last year. And so far, both offense seem to want to come out swinging.
Yeah, from the team standpoint, offense was the focus. I mean, defense was not the problem last year. It was great defense played. Now, the offense is kind of firing all cylinders on both sides of the ball. So you're expecting that from the teams, but if you're in the stands and like us in the booth, you know, the ball is just moving everywhere. You know, positive gains both sides of the ball every play. So it's a good change, but for the Boomers, you know, kind of work out that first defensive possession and start getting some stops and bend but don't break.
And that'll be the goal as Guymon out of the timeout. 1st and 5 at the 50 at midfield. It's Vargas in the gun, empty set. 4 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. As another quick shuttle pass to Ozeta, bit high, ooh, and it was almost in the hands of Trip Bates. That one went off Ozeta's hands, and Bates saw it, but it just skated past him a little. I mean, that's, Ely, you've been there as a player. That ball goes up in the air, and you have little time to react, but you go, oh, man, I missed it.
Yeah, not only that, but you're not expecting it to be right there. I mean, it was just he should have caught it, didn't catch it, and Trip Bates just wasn't ready for it.
So the first, I guess you could call a negative play for Guymon. Incompletion makes it 2nd and 5. They've not run the ball yet, but it's been all short passes. Tunnel screens and regular screen. Vargas again in the gun, empty set, another quick pass, and Boomers right on him, all over it. Couldn't see who caught it, but a trio of Boomers instantly hounded him down, including Levi Harris. It looks like Baylor short as well. And on that tackle, there was a flag. We'll see what the flag is. As it stands, it looks like it'll be 3rd and 6 before this penalty. But who is it on? They signal illegal motion on Guymon. So that will be pushing him back. I'm assuming Woodward will take the penalty and make it 2nd and 10. That's what they were marking off. So Woodward all over that play. Didn't matter, but you like to see the reaction as they're starting to pick up what Guymon's putting down. As Vargas in the gun, trips to his left, 2 men to his right. He motions Duggan out of the backfield to the right side. Vargas looking for another quick pass on the slant, has Dunnigan. Caught at the 45-40. He's got the first down inside to the 38-yard line. 5 wide, and that slant route, Ely, on the inside, very tough to stop.
Yeah, you got to give Guymon credit, especially the coaching staff. You know, Woodward in that zone, and they're finding that soft spot really quick.
And speaking of quick, Vargas in the no huddle gets the line quickly. Trips to his left, 1 to the right. Dunnigan in the backfield with him. That'd be Isaiah Dunnigan of the Twins. Vargas with the clap, does hand it off to Duncan. First run of the game, he's got a hold to the left, 30, 25, 20. It's a foot race, 15, 10. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 10, but not before a big gain. Isaiah Duncan, a guy who, again, was a big impact player for Guymon last year when they had success, and he's all over the place right now.
Yeah, he is. And, our outside contain guys need to get in gear or something, because like the outside contain guys getting outside, and that's why the running game's having so much success right now.
So make it 1st and goal for Guymon at the 9, trying to answer what was Woodward's first score. Both teams, 1 drive so far. Woodward succeeded on theirs. Guymon trying to do the same as we're down to 3:15 in the first quarter. Guymon now taking their time to huddle. Play clock's down to 10 by the time they break it. It's Vargas in the gun, 2 receivers each side. Dunnigan in the backfield to his right. Play clock down to 4. Snap taken by Vargas. A quick rollout right side. He's scanning. Throws back to the end zone. Almost picked off by Mason Arnold. Oh, great coverage. And he just dropped the pick, but a good spot to be. Again, Guymon will back up 10 on the hold, so now it turns into 1st and goal very long. As they'll be backed up to the 19-yard line. So repeat the down. First and goal for Guymon from the 19. 3:08 remaining first quarter. Woodward leads 7.
7 Carter with the pitch. Ball ends up on the ground, and we do have a flag on the play. We've got a shift penalty against the Boomers. It's going to be declined by the Tigers. Boomers recovered the ball. They're going to have it back inside their own 30, where it's going to bring up 3rd and 20. Again on the carry, brought down by Miguel Vargas for the Tigers. We have another penalty flag. We've got a hands to the face penalty against the Boomers. It was declined by the Tigers. It's going to bring up 4th and long for the Boomers from their own 30-yard line. We've got Ozeda and Dunnigan deep for the Tigers to receive the punt. Draft punt is returned by Ozeda. He carries the ball across midfield, where the Tigers are going to have the ball first and 10 in Boomer territory at the 43-yard line. Vargas pitches the ball off to Dunnigan. Makes a good carry and picks up about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6. Brought down by number 62 for the Boomers, Peyton Collier. A 5-yard penalty. Which will bring up 3rd and short for your Guymon Tigers.
Okay, I'm going to assume that I've got audio. Based off my meters, I'm not too sure, but we're going to go with it. 3rd and 1, Guymon ball. 3 to the right, 2 to the bottom. Quarterback draw.
Vargas keeps the ball up the middle. It's enough for a Guymon Tiger first down.
Well, if you guys can hear me, the funny thing is on the way up here we were discussing possibly what it would look like to be a one-man crew, and currently I am living that out. During the start of the broadcast, we were set up down in the booth, and all of a sudden there was a radio station that came in. We had to move. Once we moved, all of our soundboard, all of that equipment went away. So currently we don't have access to the Z92 station as they do their play-by-play and color commentating with Tyler Riggs and Ely Noble. So you're stuck with me tonight. Draws back to pass, makes a completed pass. Driving for a first down. Still up. They'll call the play dead. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so currently running camera, running the production, and now currently running audio. I am not a play-by-play or color commentator, so you just get to enjoy what you get. Hopefully I will do your kids justice. But this is at least a better audio solution than listening to wind hit the camera. All right, we got, what is that? Quintuplet set over there, a little QB draw on the right. Great athletic play, good read, good pursuit out there by number 2.
Number 54, Austin Rollins for the Boomers. Going to bring up 2nd and 8.
I can tell you right now, I'm not going to have players quickly identified. All right, we got what, 2nd and 8, 2nd and 7-ish, 7.5. So far, weather stayed away from us. It was headed straight here and then just kind of took a detour. Wanted to see some Boomer football this weekend. Trips to the left. A little screen play dumped off. Ooh, incomplete, and a helmet rolling. Unfortunate. Tiger lost his head right there, so he will have to make a substitution, and for one play at least. Time is 6:27 in the second quarter. Guymon's got 2 timeouts, Woodward with 3. Just as I said that, it looks like Guymon's going to take a timeout.
We said 6 minutes and 27 seconds left in the first half. The Woodward Boomers lead your Guymon Tigers 7-0.
All right, so, you know, I don't have plays or anything like that, but I will tell you straight up, what I've seen from this Boomer offense is pretty impressive. They've been able to pull off a run game, and Cash has done a couple throws, and man, it was a bomb, probably about 45, 50 yard to down within the 5. Snow coming off of last year. Colton Moore was an explosive receiver for the Boomers. Made big time plays, and for the coaching staff, we got Russ Radford, Oakley, Jacob Schneeberger as head coach, and the booth, and Clay Cameron. Did too. I mean, the corner was right there on him as the ball got there. So good. Pretty easy to use that extra defender with the sideline over there. Just the pressure be on the offense to keep it in bounds. Fourth down and 8 to go. Earlier they attempted to set out a field goal team. It's possible that they're going to do try and draw off. No, they did a quick snap. Throws it in the end zone. Out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Vargas stands in the pocket pretty strong. He's got a good base, and he looks for his receivers pretty well. That one just shoved right out of the back of the end zone, wasn't able to be completed.
Against the Boomers, those penalties will offset and fourth down.
Okay, if you didn't hear that, that was holding on the offense and illegal. It's a little bit more yardage. I don't make. All right, here we go again. Another attempt at 4th down and 8 to go.
Vargas' pass was intercepted by Moore, so the Boomers in the end zone.
All right, and so you just got the brings it back about to the 40 we said, and it's going to bring us back to the 22-yard line, Boomers 22-yard line. So impressive return out of the. Essentially, this is as if he just took the touchback, and they're setting the ball here at the 20. And it's an interception. Cash Carter throws it up. Intercepted by Guymon Tiger defense.
By number 3. Giving the ball back to your guy.
That's a tough situation for Cash, as he had a bobbled snap. He had to make a play out of it, or the thought process there. A lot of pressure. They're coming right at you. Not even one, maybe two, and trying to make a play out of. Fortunately, that didn't go our way. 5:42 remaining in the second quarter. 1st down and 10 from the 14-yard line. Run out to the left, met by a couple Boomers. Number 33 and number 9 for the Boomers. Sorry, my camera's also auto zooming out, so. If you're getting a little motion sickness watching it zoom in and zoom out, that is why. This equipment's about, 8 years old, 7 years old. Been through a lot of broadcasts. I looked it up the other day. We average about 70 to 75 broadcasts a year, and I purchased most of this equipment back in 2018. So for the last 7 years, multiply that by 70 events a school year, it's had some use.
For no gain, brought down by a host of Tigers, but we do have another flag on the field.
4:40 left in the second. It is 2nd down and 5 at the 9-yard line. At the Boomer 9.
But a personal foul face mask against the Boomers. That penalty brings the ball just outside the 5-yard line. The penalty is going to bring up 2nd and 2 for the Tigers.
All right, we've got another 5-receiver set down here. Maybe Boomer timeout.
By the Boomers. So with 4:27 left to play in the first half, the Woodward Boomers lead your Guymon Tigers 7-0.
check some of the stream if there's any comments. All right, so this is kind of in that boxing match when they start kind of getting cool conversation. Both teams are kind of finding some fatigue. They're finding some success. I would say that defensively, maybe having more of a contain approach would benefit the Boomers. A lot of inside chase, and our pursuit gets stuck interior, and they've had a lot of success bouncing out wide. So I would expect to see probably a conversation about, hey, just relax, stay in your lane, don't try to over pursue a situation. Remember your pursuit lanes and stick to the plan. Nothing easy here. We want to make sure that we don't give them an easy first down for another set of 4. Just a run up the middle, and it looks like the Boomers are going to come up with a stop right here at the goal line. If you were able to hear a little bit of the Z92 commentary earlier, they made the comment a few times about having a bend but not break mentality. They'll give a little here, but they definitely don't want to allow the big explosive plays to develop. And so, you know, if you're the Boomers here, yes, you gave up a first down play, but right here, you just stay within the gaps and you know, expect quarterback draws or possibly a bubble, just a quick little screen out to the wide side. I would expect more to their sideline. Excellent breakup by number 52 of the Boomers. 62 of the Boomers, correction. I believe that is Peyton Collier on the breakup. Pass is complete right in the middle of the end zone. With 2 minutes and 42 seconds left to go in the second quarter, score is currently 6-7. Extra point pending for the Guymon Tigers. Bobbled snap and hold. Kicker picks it up to run, and it is taken down by number 58, Levi Harris.
That'll bring the score with 2:42 left in the first half.
That potentially could be a big stop for the Boomers as the game goes on. Puts Guymon in a situation where they have to consider going for 2. After a couple bobbled snaps here we've seen on either the field goal attempt or now that extra point, and even taking in consideration that Guymon went for it on 4th down earlier, it's possible that you get a Guymon Tiger team that is if they are to find the end zone again, they will only be looking at the option of going for 2 from this point forward, regardless of if they get ahead or not.
Got number 10, Elijah Nelson, and number 5, Jake Graff, back for the Boomers.
Looks like Colt Moore and Jake Graff are back to return. Got a squib kick out to the left to Jake Graff. Jake Graff fields it at the 8. Going to the left. finding a hole. It's got a perimeter. A huge lead and a convoy for the Boomers to the end zone. No flags. That is a 92-yard kick return for a touchdown. You've got to be happy as a Boomer coach there, just seeing a moment where you just give up a score and you quickly come up with a retaliation score. Unfazed, Jake Graff scoops up a squib kick at the 8-yard line and completely rotates the field, going 92 yards for the touchdown. Nathan Lewis with his second PAT.
Extra point by number 25. Nathan Lewis is good. Brings the Boomers to 14 and the Guymon Tigers 6 with 2:22 left in the first half.
Seconds in, 13 points scored. 7 for the Boomers, 6 for the Guymon Tigers. Just as I made that statement, I have a little bit of a raindrop coming in through the window. Should there be a lightning strike within the area, it will begin a 30-minute game delay and will be on a game delay until lightning has cleared the area.
Number 13, Luke Talley for the Tigers. For the Boomers.
Nice little high onside, really pins Guymon Tigers deep in their territory. Unfortunate tackling right there at the end for the Boomers allowed the Guymon Tiger. Now, he fought for those yards, but allowed them the opportunity to continue in that return.
Isaac Dunnigan on the return fights for some extra yardage at the end. Going to give the Tigers the ball at their own 36-yard line, where it'll be first and 10.
I'm not sure who kicked that. It might have been Luke Talley. I know that he took a kickoff early on. Nice little dump pass out to the side. Good pursuit. Good collision right there by the Boomers. Looks to be number 2, number 58. Not sure who else was in on that tackle. All right, Guymon Tigers second down and 6. Little QB run out to the side. Good handle on the tackle. Number 33, possible Trip Bates there. Tripp has proven to be a great player out on the line for the Boomers. Breaks up a lot of offensive line. Quarterback.
Called by the Boomers. So with
Silence currently. I'm trying to move some of my equipment as waters to our booth. Do not want water on any of our equipment, especially this power strip, right?
For those of you that were wise enough to bring an umbrella, yes, that is a little bit of moisture.
3rd and 15 for the Guymon Tigers. Couple boomers in on the tack. Got a couple whistles here. Your Woodward Boomers are leading 14-6 against the Guymon Tigers. Conservative and try to get 5 to 7 yards. Burn a little more clock, or they'll punt it, which is smart. Little rugby style punt. Guymon calling Peter. Short punt. It is downed with 7.4 seconds left on the clock.
The ball is downed at the Boomer 37-yard line. The Boomers will have 7.4 seconds left in the first half.
Not sure how quickly we can develop a play here, but should we be able to, flip the field about 50 yards and restore just a couple seconds, that would at least give senior Nathan Lewis or Sean Gill maybe a field goal opportunity. More than likely, this is going to be a conservative play here. Kneel it out, go to the locker room, talk about your wins, discuss your losses.
Number 3, Brody Province on the carry for the Boomers. Brought down by number 4, Miguel Vargas.
No timeouts left. Ball spotted. The clock has begun.
I believe the clock has expired, so that will bring the first half to an end.
That is going to send us to halftime. Your Woodward Boomers are 14, Guymon Tigers 6.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to share some information with you guys. This is from Jasmine Estrada and Priscilla Villa. They are the coaches of JMC. As we said, it seems like welcome everybody to the game. Before we kick off this exciting performance, we just want to take a moment to say how much fun we've had this summer vacation. It's been such a joy having them learn, laugh, and dance with us. We hope they've enjoyed every minute of it because we sure did. We're so glad you all made it out to tonight's game to support. Let's give them a big round of applause as they take the field and show you what they've been working on. Go Tigers.
A little bit to get some things going. Again, I don't have staff at home. We are hosting Dodge City as they come to Boomer shows. When one thing doesn't work, you get
the 10-mile radius. We will resume outdoor activities, but we need everyone to
So as I was sitting there rambling, it looks like the PA announcer has made the and lightning has now hit the area, and we are for the next 30 minutes. Currently, with lightning hit, it is 8:07. 8:37 looks to be when return to play can take place. As you see rainfall coming down, it's picking up just a little bit. The Boomer crowd, band, cheerleaders, all all members are making the necessary precautions to exit the stadium and return to their vehicles or buses for the time being. With that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and put up a graphic. The graphic's going to stay up. Once we're allowed to return, I will be back on the headset and be with you for the remainder of the halftime and second half. Until then, please remind all those who are viewing as to what is taking place.
Thank you all again for your understanding. Just want to continue the update that at the earliest, 8:37, will be decided what the weather looks like. So please, everyone, continue to cab up in your vehicle. We need to clear the stands. Thank you.
Test, test. All right, here we go. We're getting ready to start the second half after what seems to be a 2-hour weather delay. We are a minute 15 away from kickoff of the second half. Woodward Boomer faithfuls are still in attendance.
Know whose car that is, so please have all the headlights shut off. Thank you very much. Please, all vehicles parked along the fence facing into the stadium, shut off your headlights. Thank you.
All right, Luke Talley is set to kick the opening kickoff of the second half. If you stayed up to watch with us, we appreciate you. All right. Let's get the scoreboard organized here. We're now in the third quarter. Out to the right. Goes out of bounds for a kick. Will be a penalty on the plate.
To start the second half, and the ball goes out of bounds. So Tigers will get a few extra yards there. Take over first and 10. So to start the third quarter, the Tigers will have the ball first and 10 from their own 35-yard line.
So throughout this quarter, I'm just going to go ahead and do verbal relays on how much time is left rather than trying to keep up with time on the scoreboard. First play of the third quarter, Guymon Tigers set back for throw, shotgun ball. It's in the air, deep throw. Colt Moore was stride for stride with Guymon Tigers receiver, had an opportunity to pick the ball off, and it was just overthrown of both the receiver and over Colt Moore. That's going to make 2nd and 10 at the 35. High snap over the quarterback. Quick decision by Vargas, the Guymon Tiger quarterback, but went out of bounds. For an incomplete. Be 3rd and 10 from the 30, the Guymon Tiger 35.
We've got a face mask.
It's going to be face mask on the Boomers. Be a 15-yard penalty. That'll be an automatic first down for the Tigers. And ball spot at the 50.
Moves the ball right to midfield. Also moves the chains for your Guymon Tiger first down.
11:41 in the quarter. So far, Boomers have held up their end on defense. Stay away from penalties, would be in a much better position. High snap. Vargas quick on the throw. In and out. Great defensive play. Good pressure by the Boomers.
Vargas' pass is intended for Dunnigan. Comes out incomplete. They'll bring up 2nd and 10 for your Guymon Tigers.
Okay. 2nd and 10 for Guymon Tigers. Vargas and shotgun. Tailback. Out on the edge. Picks up 9.
Dunnigan on his first carry of the second half. Takes the ball out just shy of the 40-yard line for about a 9-yard pickup. To leave 3rd and 1 for the Tigers. Tackle was made by number 3, Brody Province for the Boomers.
PA announcer with a call. Brody Province on the apologize. Guymon Tiger runs for a first down, be 1st and 10 from the Boomer 34-yard line. High snap, dump pass out to the left on the Guymon Tiger sideline.
Quick pass out to Dunnigan.
Couple Boomers in on the tackle, number 16 and number 55 for the Boomers.
To about the 22-yard line. Tackle was made by
Cooper Gregory
for the Boomers.
and Bowen Morton. Guymon earned a first down on that play. 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. Stadium goes silent. High snap. Quarterback draw. Goes right up the middle. Has a couple blocks. Earns about 6 yards on the play.
Vargas calls his own number again for a good pickup. Picks up about 5 yards. Going to bring up a 2nd and 5. Tackle was made by number 9, Mason Arnold for the Boomers.
Correction, 5-yard pickup. A 2nd and 5 from the Boomer 18-yard line. After that Boomer penalty, Guymon Tigers has had quite a bit of success play after play here. They haven't really been deep behind the sticks. Trips to the right, single to the left. Roll out, looking for a lane. No lane there. Big hit on the sideline. There is a flag on the play. Let's see what they're looking at here. Holding on the Tigers.
Holding penalty against the Tigers. That'll be a 10-yard penalty against the Tigers, and we'll replay.
That's back-to-back plays. Mason Arnold has made himself known. Great pursuit and laid a little bit of a tattoo on the Guymon Tiger. He's 2nd and long from the Boomer 28-yard line. 8 minutes remains in the 3rd quarter. The quads down to the left on the near side. Screen play. Boomers were trailing behind that play. Weren't able to get in front. Guymon Tigers had a great blocking setup. They were able to reach the end zone on that play. However, there was a flag on the play, holding call against the Tigers. That's going to bring that one back.
Spot foul, so that'll back the Tigers up 10 yards before the penalty occurred. And we will replay second down, the second and 7 for the Tigers.
7 minutes and 33 seconds left in the quarter. What was a touchdown has now come back for 2nd and 7. Got a wheel route. Great pass breakup. Third and 7 for the Guymon Tigers on the 21-yard line. It's hard to call that 21. That's probably like 20 and an inch. Let's call it the 20-yard line. Trips to the left on the near side. Hand off to the tailback. Met at the line for no gain.
Dunnigan on the handoff. Up the middle for
Or 57 on the stop.
Tackle was made by number 57. Trey Osorado.
Big defensive stop there. Leads to 4th and 8. Remember, Guymon has had trouble with their snaps and their field goals attempts or extra point attempts, so I doubt to see the field goal team here. Trips to the near side. Tailback offset. Roll out to the left, goes back to right. Throws it into the end zone. Caught.
Vargas's pass is complete.
Boomers played more of a prevent defense, just try to keep them out of the end zone. However, they let a soft catch just in front of the end zone, about 6 yards out.
Enough for a Tiger first down. We'll have the ball 1st and goal from the 6-yard line.
It's going to lead to a Tiger 1st and goal. High snap. Vargas gets it. Rolls out to the left. Met immediately at the line. Great stop by the Boomers.
Keeps the ball up the middle.
Met by number
Maybe a pickup of a yard.
9,
2nd and 5 for the Tigers.
Mason Arnold.
2nd goal from the 5.
.452 left in the quarter. Boomer defense has held up strong for the most part. They've had a few plays go against them, but as soon as they get kind of backed up against a corner, they come up with a couple big plays. Great pursuit off the edge. Rushed Vargas to make a play there, and it went in and out of the receiver's hand and almost ended up becoming a pick out there by
incomplete to number 14, Isaac Dunnigan.
Let's see who's out there.
Third goal from the 5-yard line.
That's Mason Arnold again with a pass breakup. Third and goal looked to be about a trio set on the far side. Clean snap, looks to a deep fade in the corner. Jump ball and a catch by the Guymon Tigers. Big pass and catch by the Guymon Tigers.
Pass is complete.
Off of a well-defended play by the Boomers.
Carlos Saucia for a Guymon Tigers touchdown.
I made mention of this earlier on. I don't expect Guymon to be kicking any more in this game. I expect them to go for 2 or go for it on 4th from this point forward. Roll out to the right, sets his feet, throws back, and caught again on a very tight coverage play. Ties the game up 14-14, 4 minutes and 9 seconds left in the third quarter.
The Woodward Boomers and your Guymon Tigers are all tied at 14.
Kickoff, Guymon Tigers, deep to the left. If we let it go to the end zone, that'll be a touchback.
Number 28, Edwin Gutierrez with the kickoff for the Tigers. Rolls right outside the end zone for a touchback. The Woodward Boomers will take over at their own 20-yard line.
Woodward set to take over at the 20-yard line, going into the wind. Boomers, they spent about 12 minutes, I'd say. I mean, from the 12-minute mark. So they spent about 8 minutes playing defense in that last series. And so they had opportunities to shut it down, and just a couple things didn't go our way. Now we're set to go on offense, see if we can improve. Number 5 on the carry.
Pick up on the yard, taken down by a whole host.
2nd and 9 from the Boomers, 21. Number 5, Jake Graff, has a couple touchdowns on the night, a 98-yard kick return, and a 5-yard rush. Quick look, Cash Carter to the sideline to Colt Moore, who comes back for the play, and they are deeming it a catch.
Number 7, Cash
Colt Moore with the reception leads it up to the Boomers' 47-yard line. 1st and 10. Tight package to the right. Handoff to Jake Graff, who's met at the line. Travels about 2 yards.
Jake Graff on the carry. He is met by number 1, Mauricio Ortiz, as well as the other hostess Tigers. For short gain, brings up 2nd and 8 for the Boomers at midfield.
Two minutes, 5 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Boomers 2nd and 8 from the Boomer 48-yard line. False start on the Boomers.
It'll be a 5-yard penalty, and we'll replay 2nd down. 2nd and 14 for the Boomers.
5-yard penalty will lead to a 2nd and long 13, possibly 14. Carter behind the snap, takes a snap, pumps, looks deep, has a deep corner drops it. As I look at that, that's more probably a safety.
Almost picked off by the Tigers. Pass to be incomplete and bring up 3rd and 14 for the Boomers.
Sorry for clearing my throat. Boomers 3rd and 13 from Boomer 43-yard line. Again, they are going into this wind, which can be a holdup as the throws get put up in the air. 1 minute, 18 seconds left in the third quarter. Tight package. 2 split off to the left. Looks left. Sets. Scrambles. In and out of number 13.
But we have a flag on the far side of the field.
Luke Talley. Roughing the passer on Guymon. It looks like both teams are in a position where they come up with defensive stands and then a penalty gets to move the sticks for another opportunity. And this time in the Boomers' favor, it will be 1st and 10 at the Guymon 42-yard line. In motion. Handoff to Graff. Graff gets upended at the line for a no gain.
Number 5, Nick Graff on the carry for the Boomers. He's upended at the line of scrimmage immediately by Isaac.
During that play, there was some extensive blocking happening, which may result in a penalty against the Guymon Tigers.
41-yard line.
It could go either way. Could offset. Personal foul against Woodward.
I didn't see the flag, but we have a signal from the officiating crew that there was a personal foul against the Boomers.
Which is a little difficult to understand, seeing as our lineman was on his back at the end of that play when the flag was thrown. But could have could have been seen prior to, so.
Looks like they'll step off a 15-yard penalty. The Boomers will be second and long from their own 44-yard line.
So after a roughing the passer penalty, that is quickly negated by this unsportsmanlike play. Clock did start as soon as the ball was set, which dropped it probably 8 seconds down to 49 seconds. Now they're having a conversation.
A little discussion by the officiating crew. Looks like everything will continue.
Dump pass out to the right. Graf's got it. Graf makes a move, goes to the perimeter, stays in bounds, fights for a couple extra yards.
Cash Carter's pass is complete to number 5, Jake Graf.
Jake is able to pick up about 13 yards. It's going to make it 3rd and 2.
Tiger defense. It's going to bring up 3rd and 12 for the Boomers.
Oh, excuse me, 3rd and 12. I didn't see that down marker at the 33, 32. Third and 12. 4 seconds remain, third quarter. Quick snap here. Looks left. Still looking. Holding. Open. Colt Moore is going to go the distance, but this is unfortunately going to come back against the Boomers.
Cash Carter's pass is complete. Taken in the end zone, but we do have a flag on the play.
A great find by Cash Carter to Colt Moore, who seemed to just completely break away from the Guymon defense.
We've got a holding penalty against the Boomers. That also brings us to the end of the third quarter.
With that play, they did go ahead and conclude the third quarter.
We are all square at 14.
We will return at the start of the fourth.
Equipment, buy that pasture, or invest in your operation. Corporate banks might call a timeout, but at Bank of Western Oklahoma, we go for it.
Let's go, boys! We got
We
this!
understand ag life because we live it too, and we're right here to help you power through and move the chains.
First down!
Bank of Western Oklahoma, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Life moves fast, and you deserve internet that keeps up. Say hello to Pioneer Fiber Internet with blazing fast gig fiber speeds designed for the way you live, work, and play. From ultra-smooth streaming and lag-free gaming to lightning-fast downloads and crystal-clear video calls, Gig Fiber gives you the speed and reliability to do it all. Ready to upgrade your internet experience? Visit gopioneer.com to sign up today.
Woodward Steel, your
Rolls into the end zone for a touchback.
Jake Graff
So
with the
your
kick.
Guymon Tigers will take over 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line.
All right, Guymon 1st and 10 from 25-yard line. Hand it off. Tailback.
Dunnigan on
It's
the carry for the Tigers.
a yard, maybe 2.
Brought down by number 57 for the Boomers.
Unfortunate offensive series for the Boomers now puts a lot of pressure on the next drive here of Guymon Tigers. Guymon now heading into the wind. 10:30 in the 4th quarter. Drops a step, screen pass right underneath.
Vargas' screen pass is complete to Isaiah Dunnigan. He's met by a host of Boomers, but not after a 7-yard gain, which will bring up a 3rd and 3 for the Tigers.
Boomers did a good job there to swarm around, because had he had just a little bit of a window, there was going to be quite a big break by the Tigers right there. Okay, we got a spread offense. Tailback off to the right. Tailback moved over to the far side. Handoff. Keeper, quarterback keeper. Great pursuit. I believe Guymon's going to have enough for the first down there. Ball will be spotted at the Boomers, or excuse me, the Tigers' 36-yard line.
Which is enough for another Guymon Tiger first down. Tigers will have it 1st and 10 from their own 36.
Guymon's got a tight package to the right. Trio set. Swing pass out to the right. Cuts back inside and is quickly met. Number 16, Cooper Gregory.
Isaac Dunnigan for the Tigers takes the ball for number 50, Adrian Cruz for the Boomers. The 2nd and 7.
Second down. Pump fake. Being chased. Placed to the sideline. Throw and catch.
Number 7.
Quickly tackled by.
It's going to bring up about a 3rd and 4. Want to take just a minute.
Got a Woodward Boomer being looked at by
got an injury on the play.
One of
So
the
I'm going to take a
Guymon.
minute right quick, ladies, since we're rushed for time. I'm going to try to announce at least part of the dance squad. If I have to stop, I'll come back at the next break to finish. But I'm going to start with the freshmen. Madeline Rodriguez, Faith Peterson, and Kayla Perez.
It's like Caleb Hutton's hand might be getting looked at here on the near sideline. Guymon staff and Woodward's own Matt Harrington making the trip up to Guymon, Oklahoma.
And Lathan Tharp. And for the seniors,
He made the trip all the way to the Guymon sideline.
Rachel Hindergart, Kimberly Ramirez, Ruby Ochoa, Carly Chavez, and Dayanara Guevara. That's your 2025-26 Guymon dance team squad.
Caleb made a quick break right there as the ball was caught by the Tiger receiver. Immediately met him as he was on the sideline.
Number 15, Caleb Hutton for the Boomers. He is up on his own accord and making his way to the sideline. Everyone, you please give him a round of applause for his efforts.
Looks like number 35, Theron Endersby checks in. Number 35, Theron Enderby checks out. Number 2, Colin Boren. Third and 3. 7:54 in the fourth quarter. High snap over his head. Chased by the Boomers. Going to make a quick decision. Chunks it up. A lot of Boomers there in the area. And they are possibly going to be calling a pass interference, even though all 3 defenders were eyes on the ball, going after the ball for that. This could be a dream scenario for the Guymon Tigers. A freak play turns into a heroic penalty to convert another series for the Guymon Tigers. Let's see what the white hat says. They waved the flag off, which will lead to a 4th and 3. I do not expect to see, well, they could punt it. I mean, they have had a pretty decent punt early on.
So that's going to bring up a 4th and 3 situation for your Guymon Tigers.
But the way that this game is going, anything could happen. Expect a hard count here. We want to make sure that the Boomers are disciplined. We do not want to jump offside and give them an easy first down play. Boomers should avoid a hard count from this situation for a chance to get possession of the ball. High, lofted snap. A negative punt. This is, I say negative. It ended up going 35 yards.
Down by the Tigers, just outside the Boomer 25-yard line.
That is the best case scenario for the Woodward Boomers. No flags on the play, no free first downs. A great pressure play on that 3rd down caused the panic throw by Vargas. Put the Boomers in a situation to push them into a 4th down. Guymon does the great possession play, flips the field. Woodward will be starting with possession in this 4th quarter with 7 minutes and 36 seconds at the Boomer 25, 1st and 10. Snap, handoff to Graff, goes to the right, and is met behind the line. This is going to be a tackle for loss.
The Boomer give is to number 5, Jake Graff, and he is met by a host of Tigers for a 2-yard loss, where it brings up 2nd and 12 for the Boomers from their own 23-yard line.
Seven minutes left in the 4th quarter. We've got, it looks like there's going to be a double coverage right here on Colt Moore down on the sideline. Got the safety over top, one-on-one with the corner though. Fakes the screen, roll out, not a bad idea. Has no blockers.
Number 7, Cash Carter on the keeper around the short side for the Boomers. Looks like he was brought down by number 8, Cal Harmon. for the Tigers, and we've got an injured Tiger on the field.
We got a injured Tiger on the field. We're going to take an injury timeout.
Well, we have a minute again. I want to thank all the Tiger and Boomer.
And while that is going, we're going to go ahead and do an ad play for our local sponsors. We appreciate all the sponsorships that they have given to our program to make this thing possible.
Ticking, it's 4th and inches. You've got a decision to make. Upgrade the equipment, buy that pasture, or invest in your operation. Corporate banks might call a timeout, but at Bank of Western Oklahoma, we go for it.
Let's go, boys! We got
We
this!
understand ag life because we live it too, and we're right here to help you power through and move the chains.
First down!
Bank of Western Oklahoma, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Life moves fast, and you deserve internet that keeps up. Say hello to Pioneer Fiber Internet with blazing fast gig fiber speeds designed for the way you live, work, and play. From ultra-smooth streaming and lag-free gaming to lightning-fast downloads and crystal-clear video calls, Gig Fiber gives you the speed and reliability to do it all. Ready to upgrade your internet experience? Visit GoPioneer.com to sign up today.
Third and 9. Woodward has possession of the ball. 6 minutes, 20 seconds left in the fourth. All 3 timeouts. Whistle's blown. Snap is gone. Push out to the right. Roll out to the right. Graph's open. Got a bleed block. 20-yard run.
Number 5, leads off of the Boomers. He takes it down the short side of the field.
What a play call. A lot of conversation took place right there during that injury. What a decision to avoid the passing situation, push a lead blocking play for a great run by Jake Graff. First and 10 at the Guymon 47. Snap, quarterback draw, keeper, Cash drives another 10. About a 9-yard pickup, apologize. Quick thinking from Cash Carter, saw a hole, took it.
Second and 2 for the Boomers. From the Tiger 39-yard line.
Well, we went from 2nd and 9 to now 2nd and 8. Colt Moore isolated down here at the bottom. Maybe an opportunity here. What was quickly a one-on-one for Colt Moore quickly converted to a 2-to-3 on 1 as they have identified Colt as a threat.
Tiger defenders on the breakup. Going to bring up 3rd and short for the Boomers.
Not a bad decision with such a short yardage play here. 3rd and 2. Not a bad run. Still short, about 1 yard out. This is going to be a little outside the range of Woodward's kickers. I think that they have the distance. Experience might play a role here. We're scratching a 55-yard field goal. They do have the wind at their back, which is a pleasant advantage here. Three minutes, 50 seconds, 4th and 1. Woodward with a chance to extend the series. Everyone packs the box. Cash Carter breaks the line, goes through the gap, 6-yard gain. It's going to be a first down, Woodward.
Carries the ball just inside the 30-yard line. After the Boomer first down, they'll have that 1st and 10 from the Tiger 28. Tackle was made by
We are now breaking into perfect field goal territory for the two kickers. Oh, 3, 4. I mean, we got quite a bit. Jake Graff's taking kicks. Luke Talley's taking kicks. Nathan is taking kicks. We got Sean Gill also. So I would love an opportunity, but hey, let's see what the Boomer office can figure out. See if they can just get to the end zone. Ball's on the ground. It is loose. Guymon with the recovery. Unfortunate situation there. Looked like Cash had a couple blocks, was going through, and a hand comes out of nowhere and slaps it down out of Cash Carter's hand. A lineman quickly spots it, goes to pick it up, but again was not able to secure it. Becomes Guymon Tiger football at the Tiger 29-yard line. 2 minutes, 54 seconds left in the 4th. A Boomer defense who has been on the field most of the second half. Come up with a big stop in the last series. See if they can duplicate that result. Trips to the right. Solo receiver out to the left. Screen pass. Quick. And taken down just a yard.
Passes up the middle for minimal gain. Number 6, Andy Ozeda on the catch. He was brought down by number 55, Bowen Morton. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8 for your Guymon Tigers from their own 30-yard line. 2:29 left to play in this game.
Looking down at the field, looks like Tiger quarterback Vargas might be cramping on the play, might have a tight ankle. See if that plays a role in the next few plays in this series. If the Boomers are allowed to get through the line and apply that pressure, might pay off if Vargas doesn't have any options quick. High snap, looks to the right, looks deep, has his man, quickly undershot, caught.
Vargas' pass is complete down the field.
A completed 30-yard throw.
The catch was made by number 18, Carlos Castilla. He was tackled by number 16, Cooper Gregory of the Boomers, but not after a huge gain for the Guymon Tigers. With 1:46 left in the 4th quarter, the Guymon Tigers were 1st and 10 for the Boomers' 31-yard line.
Makes the reception and comes off the field. Guymon Tigers with possession, 1 minute, 25 seconds left in the 4th quarter. 31-yard line of the Boomer territory. Snap off to the right, hand off to the tailback, slips and is behind the line for a loss. It'll be 2nd and 11. Tigers special teams has not been pretty.
There'll be a timeout called by the Guymon Tigers with 57.2 seconds left. We are all square at 14.
The Boomers and the Guymon Tigers have been at this. Constant struggle of completing series, finishing series. Seems like they're both moving the needle, I think, pretty evenly. They'll have a possession that goes 50 yards, 40 yards, and then they're not able to capitalize and earn points. And then it flips, and the other team does the exact same thing. So in this position, we're looking at kickoff was 7 o'clock. We are nearing 4 hours of being here. 57 seconds left. Tied 14-14. Oh, they added 3 seconds, so there is 1 minute remaining. It's 14 all. Guymon Tigers have possession at the 33-yard line of Boomer territory. It is now 2nd and 11. Snap, looks right, throws right. A very, very tight play, but it is completed.
Andy Ojeda makes an amazing catch.
Snap, handoff, quarterback keeper, met at the line.
On first down.
Timeout, Guymon.
Jake Ross of the Boomers. We've got another timeout by your Guymon Tigers with 43 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They'll be 2nd and 9 from their own 14-yard line, or from the Boomer 14-yard line.
Let's ask the question: Do we believe Guymon will put out their special teams unit here? 43 seconds. They have had back-to-back deep throws received. Should it come down to it, they've had poor special team snaps. I don't believe there hasn't been a ball that's been put on the ground yet on a PAT or a field goal attempt. The Boomers do have that as an advantage. A lot of pressure here. The Guymon Tigers be kicking into a 30-mile-an-hour wind. However, the field is in somewhat of a bowl, so I'm not sure how much the wind is affecting that low to the ground. 2nd and 9, 43 seconds remaining in the game. Looks right, rolls right, scrambles, met. Met behind the line. It's going to be a sack.
Brought down the 16-yard line for a loss of 1. Tigers take their final timeout. 34 seconds left in regulation.
Tiger uses their 3rd timeout. Now, as you've seen at the end of that play, especially and as we're talking, Vargas is worn out. Their Tiger quarterback has been running and making plays this whole game, is now reaching his limit. That rollout right there, slow to get up. How much more does he have left to extend plays for the Guymon Tigers? Week 0, high school football opener. 14-14, 34 seconds left to go. Guymon has possession, 3rd and 11. Looks to the right, lofts the ball up, met and broken up by 2 Boomer defenders.
28 seconds left, or it'll be 4th and about 12 or 13 for the Tigers.
Fourth down. They're going to try a field goal from here to go ahead of the Woodward Boomers. Looks like Woodward might take their timeout, have a discussion. Add a little pressure to the kicker. To be honest, as a former kicker, every time a timeout was called in this situation, it gave me a second to really go through this play, have a couple more leg swings. It is also giving Guymon an opportunity to practice their snaps and holds, which, under the fire, snaps have been all over the place on special teams for Guymon Tigers. They've been high, they've been low. That will be the difference in the result of this next play. Gutierrez set back, set to take the kick. Low, bouncing snap, fumbled. That's going to be a turnover on downs. They're saying with his knee already being on the ground and he picks the ball up, they just went ahead and ended the play. That is a turnover on downs. Boomers receive the ball. 27 seconds left. Do they push for overtime or they try to come up with a result here? You know that they're looking at Colt Moore, but you also know Guymon is putting their best athletes near him for no deep threats. Boomer ball, 24-yard line. 1st and 10. Prevent defense from the Guymon Tigers. Cash looks right, throws right, complete. Quickly getting to the line.
For a first down, the number 13, Luke Talley, tackled by number 14, Isaac Dunnigan. For the Tigers.
20 seconds left. 2 timeouts left for Woodward. No timeout given. Snap. Looks. Throws it short. 6 seconds remains.
From Carter, Paul, incomplete. 6.3 seconds left. Second attempt for the Boomers from the Tiger 39-yard line.
Second down and 10. 6.3 seconds remaining. Snap. Looks right. Throws right. Incomplete. 3 seconds remains. 3rd and 10.
Pass incomplete to the intended receiver. It's going to bring a 3rd and 10 with 3 seconds left.
At this point, you just hold the ball and then you take a knee, go to overtime. Don't try to OSU Western Michigan this game. Little laterals. Sorry to my OSU fans and bringing up old wounds. I just watched that highlight not too long ago.
So it looks like we're going to overtime.
Why not, you know? Why not?
Ladies and gentlemen, just to brief everybody on the overtime
what better way to start out the year?
In effect tonight, we have a 3-minute break for the teams to gather themselves, and then with no clock running, they will swap possession from the 10-yard line with 4 downs.
Yeah, he's kicked through, and that was a conversation we had when it's a PAT or a 50-yard field goal. No matter what, the approach is the same, and the distance is the same, the height's the same. I told him every single time you show up to school, you better be kicking it to the track, if not behind it. So, so far he's really put his leg into it, and I've been pleased to see his results tonight.
I was hoping to see him get a chance here at the end of the game. That would have been neat, but didn't work out that way. We'll see.
It's not over yet. We're headed to overtime, and anything can happen. And I would love nothing more than for him to have that opportunity.
21, Baylor Short headed out for the Boomers.
All right, going back out for another coin toss. I feel like we've had 3 starts to this game. Number 21, Baylor Short. Woodward looks to have won the toss. I don't know. I'm seeing hands go in all kinds of directions.
The Tigers are going to take offensive possession first at the north end of the field. Boomers will be on defense. The first goal for the Tigers from the 10-yard line.
Okay, Guymon on offense. Sorry, I seen hands, and it's my ball, it's your ball, all kinds of stuff. So Guymon is on offense to start this first overtime. No moment has been bigger than this. Split, looks to the left, checks to the left, screen, dump. Guymon with a screen pass immediately goes the distance for a touchdown. Guymon going for 2 here. Throws to the left. It is broken up, batted down by number 11.
Incomplete to Garcia for the conversion. So after that possession here, Guymon Tigers lead the Woodward Boomers 20-14 in overtime. Woodward will take their possession at the 10-yard line next.
This situation looks good for Woodward. If they're able to convert here on the touchdown, they're set up for a situation for a field goal. We've got a little bit of confidence brewing with the PATs and field goal. With that being said, a field goal does us no good. We must find pay dirt.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to remind everybody of the school policy. When the game is complete, please, as fans, remain in the stands. Do not, I repeat, please, do not go out onto the field. Carter calls his own number on that one up the middle, and he's brought down immediately by Isaiah Gallagher.
2nd and 9 off of a 1-yard run. To the left. Cash gets the ball, looks in, picked off. Who will go the distance and end the game. Guymon Tigers with an interception in overtime to finish the game. Guymon winning 20-14.
Again, I'd like to thank all of the faithful Tiger fans and Boomer fans that stayed with the extended rain delay. We do appreciate the support for both these teams. This was a great game. Safe travels to all the Boomer fans as you head back to Woodward. Thank you all.
Definitely an unfortunate ending to the game. As the Boomers head back to the sidelines, they will be met by a quite outstanding crowd who stayed the entire game. That being said, the game ends Guymon 20, Woodward 14. At the conclusion of the, I believe, alma mater, maybe. a great effort by the Woodward Boomers this first game of the season. Definitely have some things to look at. Conversions, penalties. When they had stops, they had penalties that kept the drive alive. Even one of them that allowed Guymon to come back in it and come up with a tie to 14-14. But we had our opportunities as well, and tonight just wasn't the night to finish it out. So with that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play this ad sponsor video. Going to end it here. You guys have a great night, and we will see you next Friday at home. Dodge City travels down to Woodward, Oklahoma. Kickoff still set for 7. We will attempt to be on air again 6:30, hopefully with better commentators and a better soundboard than we had tonight. So with that, thank you guys for sticking along and paying your time here with Boomer TV, featuring your 2025 Woodward Boomers. Have a good night.
Pressure's on, and the clock is ticking. Upgrade the equipment, buy that pasture, or invest in your operation. Corporate banks might call a timeout, but at Bank of Western Oklahoma, we go for it.
Let's go, boys! We got
We
this!
understand ag life because we live it too, and we're right here to help you power through and move the chains.
First down!
Bank of Western Oklahoma, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Life moves fast, and you deserve internet that keeps up. Say hello to Pioneer Fiber Internet with blazing fast gig fiber speeds designed for the way you live, work, and play. From ultra-smooth streaming and lag-free gaming to lightning-fast downloads and crystal-clear video calls, Gig Fiber gives you the speed and reliability to do it all. Ready to upgrade your internet experience? Visit gopioneer.com to sign up today.
Woodward Steel, your tri-state leader in steel, wants to remind you that in addition to taking care of all your steel needs, Woodward Steel carries other important materials such as stainless, aluminum, 4-inch to 6-inch PVC pipes and fittings, and so much more. If you're in the shop or out in the field and in need of fabrication materials, don't hesitate to pick up the phone and call 580-324-8005 to talk with our staff, or come visit the shop Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at 210 48th Street in Woodward. Woodward Steel.